Hello, welcome to another project update. So this is a little bit embarrassing, but do you remember how in the last video I talked about how there was a new bug where when I equip an, where I when I equip a cookie, it shows up in the player's hand regardless of like how it's like as a bug? Well, it turns out that wasn't actually what happened. What really happened is I had the cookie enabled here just by default. I forget why exactly, but I think I was testing something, and yeah, that carried over to when I was actually testing out the game in the video. So it turns out it's all good. That bug fixed the problem, or that bug fixed the problem and did not introduce a new problem. So yeah, I will demonstrate that right now. If you're wondering why there's no audio, there's a reason for that, and I'll get into that later in the video. As you can see, I am not holding a cookie in my hand. As you can see, I am still not holding a cookie in my hand. And it is not awkwardly hovering next to my hand either, like it was during the last video. But if I eat it, he kind of pushes it into his face, and I have full health right now, so it doesn't do anything. But I think it restores a quarter heart. I'll probably bump it up to, and maybe a full heart. Actually, I might as well do that right now, I think. Food value 1. Okay, so each heart is 4 HP. A quarter heart, which means a quarter heart is 1 HP. So by increasing food value, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. So that means that a food value of, or a health value of 4 HP is 1 full heart. So yeah, that solves that. All right. So as for the volumes, as for why the game is currently muted, that is because I was in the middle of testing out a new system I am making. So this engine has this built-in audio system. By default, I think it only has master, but you can add audio channels and give them names and manipulate them individually. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create an options menu where you can manipulate the basically just these slider values. I don't have the option that I don't have the actual menu UI set up or any sort of player control system in the game yet, but I have some scripts that create basically just a JSON file that has can you see that? Yes, you can. It has basically the audio information for each of these audio channels written out right here. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. And so I set the master volume to -80, which is, I think in the system. I'm not really sure exactly how audio works. All I know is that it's a -80 is a very quiet value, which is basically silent. I don't know that for sure. I don't know exactly how the math works, but yeah. So if I set this to 80, if I set this to 0, and I start the game, we should hear sound. Can you hear that? Yes, you can. So yeah, that is basically a proof of concept of the sound menu, I guess. And yeah, that is pretty much everything that I worked on today. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.